All right, so welcome to Christian Talks with Ian. I'm Ian Freeman, and today we're gonna be talking about forgiveness. Now, last video I was in my Bible study group when the question was, "What's hindering your relationship with God?" And one of those things was forgiveness that somebody said, and then everybody, okay, yeah, forgiveness. We can all understand that. We can all, you know, remember a time where it was hard to forgive somebody or stuff like that. So I decided to talk about forgiveness yesterday. Yesterday was Bible study. What day is today? What's today? Oh shoot, today Thursday. 2 days ago, Tuesday was Bible study, but I I didn't have my mic on for some reason. I mean, it was just a dumb mistake on my part. So now I'm making this video in my room instead of Bible study. But for the future though, most of my videos are going to come from Bible study because, I mean, it just makes sense. Because what I usually talk about, especially when I'm in college, what I usually talk about on the videos is what's in Bible study. So, you know, it just makes sense for me to just record while I'm in Bible study and y'all get the word and they get the word at the same time, and I can just edit this and stuff like that. So, with that being said, I thank you for tuning in. God has led you here, maybe because you have been dealing with forgiveness. Maybe it's been hard to forgive somebody, or maybe you just want to learn more about forgiveness. Either way, I thank God for you being here and watching this video at this moment. And I pray that you get something good out of it. We are going to be starting in Matthew 18, verse 21, and we're going to go read it to 35. All right. It's not a lot. I promise. It may sound like a lot, but it's not a lot. Matthew 18. All right, here we go. It says, "Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times? And Jesus said unto him, I say unto thee, until, and I say not unto thee, until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. Is that like 490? That's basically Jesus saying, because nobody gonna count 490 times. All right, I forgave you 490 times. I'm not gonna forgive you no more. No, he's saying, you know, forgive them, keep on forgiving them for what they do to you, you know, for when they wronged you. All right, 23. Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servants. All right, so in this parable that Jesus is going to teach on, we are the servants in this parable, and God is the king. Here we go. So when you think about the king, think about God. Think about the servant they talking about, that Jesus talking about. Think about us. In 24, and when he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him which owed him 10,000 talents. Now 10,000 talents, that's a whole lot here. Like, that's a whole lot in today's time. That's like millions of dollars. So he was in debt so much that, like, he really couldn't even pay it off. You know, he didn't have nothing to pay it off, and if he did pay it off, it'll take him years to pay it off. So, but for as much as he had not to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife and children, and all that he had, and payment to be made. The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Lord, have patience with me, and I will pay thee. Then the Lord, that's us when, you know, we do something wrong and we ask God, you know, forgive us, please, you know, because sometimes, I know I used to do it a lot, where I used to do something, and then I know it's gonna be a consequence behind it. I'm like, God, please don't let that consequence happen. You know, and that's basically him saying, Lord, I know I'm in debt to you. Saying to the king, I know I'm in debt to you, but please just spare me. All right. Where we at? The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Lord, have pity. Okay. 27. Then the Lord of the servant was moved with compassion, and loosed him, and forgave him the debt. But the same servant went out and found one of his fellow servants, which owed him 100 pence, and he laid hands on him, and took him by the throat, saying, Pay me that thou owest me. And he would not, but went and cast him into prison till he should pay the debt. So when his fellow servants saw what was done, they were very sorry, and came and told unto their Lord all that was done. Then his Lord, after that he had called him, said unto him, O thou wicked servant, I forgave thee all that debt, because thou desirest me. Shouldest not thou also have compassion on thy fellow servant, even as I had pity on thee? And his Lord was wroth, and delivered him to the tormentors, till he should pay all that was due unto him. So likewise shall my heavenly Father do also unto you, if you from your hearts forgive not everyone his brother their trespasses. So, my bad. So, this is basically this parable is a section of the Lord's Prayer, what people call the Lord's Prayer. Forgive our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. We have wronged God way more than anybody has wronged us, and God still forgives us. You know what I'm saying? Like he owed the king, what did it say, 10,000 talents? I think, yeah, 10,000 talents. That's like millions. That's a whole lot. But the other servant that owed that servant, he only owed him 100 pence. That's not that much, especially compared to 10,000 talents. 100 pence is not a lot. So people do so little to us, which it seems big in our life, but they do so little to us, and we don't even forgive them. All right, pay attention to that last part. It says, "If you from your heart," meaning this. You can say you forgive somebody all you want. You can say that you forgive somebody, but if you don't really forgive them in your heart, 35 it says, "If you from your hearts forgive not everyone of your brother their trespasses." So this is what I mean. When you forgive somebody from your heart, it will show. Let me pull up a scripture for you. It is Proverbs 4:23. Says, "Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life." Meaning this, what you feel in your heart about somebody will show through your actions. So you can say you forgive somebody with your mouth, but if you don't forgive them in your heart, then you still have bitterness towards them. You still look at them funny. You still act a certain way towards them, maybe unfair to them, from how you treat others. A lot of times we want something bad to happen to people that did things to us, and it's like we have to have mercy on them too. And then we be sitting and waiting, like, when is God gonna do something bad to them? When is God gonna avenge me? And the thing is, we don't get everything bad that happens to us. So my bad. We don't get everything bad that happens to us. God shows us mercy all the time. My goodness. Dang. Hold on, y'all. I don't know what's going on. God shows us so much mercy in our life. Because we wrong him almost every day. Through the things we do. I know we're not perfect. We wrong him almost every day, and he forgive us. So we have to show that forgiveness to other people. Jesus forgave people while he was on the cross. While he was dying on the cross, he forgave them. If it's somebody that wronged us, we have to pray for that person. Like, I know it sounds bad. I know, well, don't sound bad, but I know it sounds odd. But we have to love our enemies. We have to love the people that wrong us. We have to love the people that do things that we don't like to them. And it's like, if you don't, then you might as well go follow the Satanic Bible. Because one thing that Satanic Bible preaches is love. But love people that love you. And our Bible preaches love those that don't love you. Pray for your enemies. And that's what we should be doing if we really are followers of Christ. Christ prayed for Christ, he hung around his enemy. Judas betrayed him. He hung around his enemy. He forgave him before it even happened. How many of us will really forgive somebody knowing that they finna betray us and we can't do nothing about it? We'll probably have something against them the whole time we're around them. A lot of times we think that person don't have a relationship with God. A lot of times we act as if that person don't have a relationship with God. And it's like, they say, we be like, all right, they did something to us, and we feel in our heart like, okay, God is with us, the devil is with them, so God is gonna get them back. And it's like, no, that person may have a relationship with God, and God may be showing them mercy, but because we are so hurt by what they did to us, we don't even see that God is trying to work on them. And we just want the worst for them. And it's like, no. We should want the best for anybody. The best for anybody. And Ephesians 4:31, it says, let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. All right. And I say that to say this. You're not always going to feel the forgiveness in your heart for that person. Right. Like I said, you say you forgive them one time. Right. You say it out your mouth. Oh, you know what? I forgive them. But time passes, and then it's like you start to remember what that person did to you. You start to feel those feelings of how you felt when that person betrayed you or when they wronged you. You start to come back up, and then you start to feed into those feelings. And you start to gossip about them, about your friends. You start to wish bad on them. You start to talk down on them. And it's like, no, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. Like, we're supposed to be praying for those people. So when those feelings do happen, when those feelings do arise, what we're supposed to do is say, you know what, God, I forgave them. I forgave them, and I hope the best happens in their life. Because, I mean, it happens. You say you forgive them, and then time passes, those feelings come back up again. So you have to say that, no, I forgive them. I'm not going to feed into those feelings. I'm not going to feed into the past and what they did to me. Because if you keep on doing that, you're never going to forgive that person. And you're always going to have bitterness in your heart. And you're always going to have evil speaking in your heart about that person. And you're always going to have wrath and anger about that person. You always will if you don't continually forgive. You have to continually forgive somebody in your heart. Because it don't just happen just like that once you say I forgive. So as time go on, that bitterness goes out of your heart. You know, as time go on and you keep on saying, you know, I forgive this person, I forgive. That bitterness will go out of your heart. And that forgiveness will fill your heart up. You'll fill your heart with forgiveness. If you continue to say that. And the one last thing is, forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation. Right? I'm not saying when somebody do something to you, cut them off, forgive them. Don't talk to them again. What I'm saying is, you don't always have to go back to that person. You don't always have to hang out with that person. You don't always have to be friends again with that person. You know, but if in your heart you are okay with that person and okay with that situation, you have no bitterness toward that person, no ill will toward that person, then you really forgave them. Now, like I said, you can be friends with that person again. I'm just saying you do not have to. All right. So, one challenge I had to challenge my Bible study group to do is pray for somebody that you haven't forgiven yet, or you're still trying to forgive. You're still trying to find in your heart to forgive. You know, just pray for them throughout the week. I don't know what day you're watching this video, but pray for them for 7 days. Whichever day you're watching this video, that's when your prayer starts for that person. Pray for them for 7 days and see the difference. See the difference in your heart of how you feel about that person. Like, really speak positive about that person. Really change your perspective about that person. Once you change your perspective, then that's when you can forgive. Yeah, that's all I got. I thank you for watching. I pray that you got something good out of this. I pray that you really enjoy it. I pray that you share this to somebody that may need this, that may be dealing with forgiveness, that may be finding it hard to forgive somebody. And I know it's been hard for me to forgive people sometimes, but I feel like I'm pretty good at it now. I think I'm pretty good at forgiving people now. But I know in the past it was hard for me to forgive people, and not forgiving people didn't even hurt them. Like, a lot of times we'd be like, okay, we're not gonna forgive somebody because we don't want them to have the satisfaction. And it's like, that forgiveness is not for them, it's for us. We don't feel better about ourselves, about the situation, about the person until we forgive. So to have that stress off you, to have those evil thoughts about that person off of you, you have to forgive. So forgiveness is for you for the most part. Dang, this shirt was like this whole time. That is crazy. So yeah, it's for you for the most part. Dang, this shirt, I can't believe it was like this whole time. yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great day, a great night, whatever whatever time you're watching this. And yeah, I'll be here next week talking about whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I'll be here next week. Stay tuned, and it's all topic, but whatever you're going through, enjoy the journey. Whether it's good or bad, make something good out of it. All right, bye.
I said I'm sitting at the table with the blueprint in the mix. Organized all my mistakes, but still great.